What's up, BookTube? Sandy Golson back here, and I've got a pretty interesting topic that I wanted to discuss today, and it has to do with a new book that I just received in the mail. And the book is one that I expected would have some controversy attached to it, and I found the controversy both entertaining and frustrating at the same time. I'll talk about the book and the controversy next. Okay, BookTube fans, I want to talk about this book that just came in the mail for me, and it is The President's Daughter by James Patterson and President Bill Clinton. Now, if you remember, a few years ago, James Patterson and Bill Clinton collaborated on The President is Missing. That was a book that I went into a department store, one of those big box stores, and I'm telling you, if every copy of that book fell on top of me, I would be dead right now, because there were that many copies of that book. You could not take more than like 20 steps without running into a stand that had a bunch of those books for sale. So I would imagine that this one is probably somewhat similar in terms of the media push that they're getting for this particular book. So let me first read the premise behind this story, and then I'll get into a little bit of the controversy that I found very interesting with this book, that I also found very interesting with the previous collaboration between these two authors. So a little bit about the book, and this is actually pretty quick here. So Matthew Keating, a one-time Navy SEAL and a past president, has always defended his family as staunchly as he has his country. Now those defenses are under attack. A madman abducts Keating's teenage daughter, Melanie, turning every parent's deepest fear into a matter of national security. As the world watches in real time, Keating embarks on a one-man special ops mission that tests his strengths as a leader, a warrior, and a father. So, kind of a premise that's not, too outlandish in many ways, and I found it pretty interesting. Like, sometimes there's an author that I will look at and they're almost an auto buy, and then there's some authors where maybe I want to take a little wait and see and look and read and try to get a feel for the subject matter and if it's going to appeal to me. But with this one, because James Patterson I tend to trust, I trust the collaboration between James Patterson and Bill Clinton, and I like the story. That made this one a pretty easy one to pre-order. Now for the controversy that I found interesting with the previous one and with this one, and that has to do with, of course, Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton is a very polarizing political figure. Some people really like him, some people really don't like him, but he certainly draws a level of controversy, and in this book, that is no different. So a lot of people, even before the book was even out and anybody even knew how good the book was, they were criticizing this collaboration and saying they were not going to read this book, they did not like Bill Clinton, blah, 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 all the political stuff that you would expect to see with this particular book. So what is the message? The message is, don't prejudge. Give a book a chance. Try to appreciate what the book is itself and not focus quite so much on the author. I had a good experience with these two guys in their collaboration last time, and I'm hopeful that I'll have another good experience with this particular book here, which sounds like a very good premise, a very interesting premise, and I'm looking forward to read it. Now, lengthwise, it's a beast of a book, but I'm still excited about the possibilities that this book is going to present. So I would encourage anybody, if you're looking at a book and it sounds interesting, don't be deterred, number one, by negative reviews from people who have not read it, and two, because people say you shouldn't like a particular author because of some bias that they have against the author, that automatically disqualifies anything that that author says that you would be interested in. Be open-minded and pursue books that you find interesting or that you think you're going to find interesting. More often than not, you won't be disappointed.